Hi, I'm Dr. Greg Emerson, and today I have the great pleasure to be at the Know the Cause studios in Rockwall, Dallas, Texas, the great state of Texas, the one-star state. And I'm here with Doug Kaufman, and today we get to reverse the roles and I get to ask him a few questions, put him on the spot and see how he goes. And I was talking to him about a book I read recently written by ex-Navy SEAL and Rhodes Scholar Eric Greitens, who's currently running for governor in Missouri, I think it is. And he wrote a book on resilience. And he found that one of the most important things in life was to, hang on, I've forgotten what I was going to say, just let me continue for a second. One of the things that Eric found with veterans was that it wasn't handouts that they needed, it wasn't money that they needed. There were plenty of organisations doing that, but what he found the most important thing to help with the veterans was that they still felt like they had a role in life, that they had discovered a purpose in life, because many of them were homeless because they felt like they had served their country for so long but now had no role to offer anymore. And his organisation is about building up their purpose in life. And I've found that too. I've made a video about how the number one health strategy and the number one survival strategy is about having a purpose greater than yourself in life. So I wanted to talk to Doug today about when he got back from Vietnam and whether or not he experienced the same thing, and if he found that finding a purpose in his life was a big part of his not only surviving Vietnam but coming back a better version of Doug Kaufman than the one that we know of. So Doug, do you agree with what Eric thinks, that a big part of the process of recovery from an insult, from a shock, is finding your purpose in life?
Very definitely, and thank you for introducing me to that young man. I really want to read this book now. This is interesting. Vietnam was a different kind of a war. We had a double whammy. We not only had the enemies firing upon us, when we got home, we had Americans firing upon us. So many of us went into a deep tailspin. I read somewhere that most people living in the streets today are Vietnam veterans, which is really scary. Can you overcome that? You bet you can. You do have a purpose, and Eric is right. It's your job. We all have unique thumbprints. It's your job to find that thumbprint. I was fascinated with emergency medicine. I was fascinated with how we were all exposed to the female Anopheles mosquito, but we all didn't get malaria. All of that fascinated me. What's with our immune system? So I went back to school, Santa Monica College in Los Angeles, and began to take courses in pre-med, and was fascinated with physiology, anatomy, and so forth. I'd be a good doctor, I thought. Well, I didn't become a good doctor, and today I'm glad I didn't. I studied the books then, I study them today, 40 years later, as you know, looking at the role of fungus, not bacteria, not virus, but fungus in ill health. That has become my purpose. I learned it 25 years into my career, where clinically, as a clinical nutrition person, I was seeing patients with doctors, but I realized Eric's right. Find your purpose, and that will make you happy. Not dollars from people who are giving out of their hearts money to veterans, not clothing, not meeting, like-minded veterans who are injured. It's all about your thumbprint, finding your purpose, and that will put a smile on your face.
So it doesn't matter if you're recovering from multiple sclerosis, if you're recovering from Lyme disease, if you've been mold affected. Part of that, if you're stuck out in the wilderness, we know that if you're stuck in a lifeboat, the person who survives in the lifeboat is the person who decides that they're going to look after the other people in the lifeboat. So if you find a purpose, it aids you in recovery from anything in life, survival situation, recovery from illness. So thank you very much, Doug, for putting a bit of time out of your very, very busy schedule to help us with my tiny little YouTube channel. And if you like the video, make sure you click the like button, share it with your friends, and you can subscribe to the channel so you get an alert. And I'll see you next time from Doug Kaufman's Know the Cause studio in Dallas. Bye.